comment about this. I think this is interesting. Um, I don't contact these people, and occasionally I get a letter from them saying such and such, whatever. I went back over the chain of emails, and if you or whoever you are having some kind of one-sided conversation with people, realize that may be an extreme phenomenon. That is, I'm looking at these emails. It's incredible. It's a one-sided conversation. Whereas I'm discussing at all times. Look, I'm making demands that they can't do certain things and there's no indication that they disagree. Matter of fact, much the opposite. It seems like they do what I tell them based on that. That is, I make demands at a certain point based on, say, look, you may not want to admit what you were doing with your access to behavioral sciences, but I'm not going to live on disability because of this. There's no response to that. They put the money in the bank. Stuff like that. I said there was one point where they tried to remove some of the money, and there's a long email there. It just says, look, then you better send me the documents on that because I have no source of income now and I can't work and I have a disability. I can't afford it. But listen, this has to be illegal. That if someone were receiving a set income that they never asked for, that when they attempt to withdraw, like contact, that is taken away. That's some kind of retaliation. And I said that really is a retaliation, and I think that in a court of law, someone will say you can't take away someone's income because, for reasons of their own safety, they no longer will speak with you. There's no response to that other than putting the money back. There's a kind of just a silence on the other end, but there certainly isn't any disagreement. And the only thing I can imagine is that they tell themselves the person's insane, but then again, why would they comply if they thought that was insane? Why would they think that? Maybe these are threats, and they're like, I can't imagine the psychology on their end. But also I look at the desperation of these, but then I also look at these friendly emails that come in from them, like, it doesn't even look like the same people, one thing to the next. I'm sending them threatening emails, and they do what I say, and the next time we get the friendly one, it's so nice to hear from you. I can't imagine what kind of just they just don't care about I assume they know it's safer not to reply and put it in writing. But that is very weird looking at that chain of emails. I'm having a conversation, no indication that they're disagreeing, but they're certainly not responding. And everything they do is like, it sounds like, if you just read their side, you say, oh, there's nice people. That's very creepy. But that whole chain of emails will be a good thing to look at, that take to an attorney. But I'm just glad the doctors are out of this. They've lost a lot of their ability to do this without these fucked up professionals, but this is really creepy, and I can only imagine what's going on with the people, but I don't know. This really started when they got involved with these doctors. It seems like that ramped up, but they got all kinds of ideas from these people, what they could do to a person, and it didn't work, but I don't want to be, but there's no sign of any remorse or anything, and you do doubt your reality. You say, oh, maybe it was for the best, or something. No, because then you say, wait a minute, no, I had to be desperate. I was living on disability. No, something's wrong. But they treat people like animals or something. I just can't figure it out. I'm putting these videos up for my own benefit, but whoever's watching it, it's the process of someone thinking about how to frame this to an attorney, because that's what they told me, the trauma rehab, they said that's the only way to be safe. And just psychologically safe, because there's no one else to know the situation as it's happened. It's been life-threatening several times. And it's very hard to describe how someone becomes life-threatening until you're being inundated by it.